that's why I hated that sentiment, that comment, like, oh, if you weren't born here, you should never be a citizen. And I'm like, I don't want to be stuck on one land.
Yeah.
If it's going to shit.
And the ego of that, because I was born here, I've earned all the stuff that my ancestors did. No, you didn't. You like, this is the level of entitlement of these people. I got born on this continent, therefore I get to benefit from all of what our ancestors did on this continent.
Yeah.
But no one who wasn't born on this continent is allowed to come over here and further contribute to the country. Can I make one more really controversial point? The best thing that can happen to this country is that we get more people who are already adults ready to work.
Yeah.
Because a new child born is a drain for the first 16, 17, 18, or if they happen to be a leftist and they study an arts degree, for the first 35 or 40 years of their life. Okay? When a migrant comes over here and does the right thing, I'm not talking about the idiots and the troublemakers. We've talked about them to death, and the government needs to deal with the crime and all the rest of it. All that's a given. But when a migrant or a migrant family show up here in their 20s, 30s, 40s, ready to work, we just got about $250,000 worth of human capital for free. We didn't pay for their mother's childcare when the mother was pregnant with them. We didn't pay for their childbirth. We didn't pay for any of their food, their clothing, their accommodation, or their education. So you can complain about the education standards. Whatever their standard is, we paid nothing for that. We just got it for free.
We just got a worker.
We just got another person into our country for free. And you can whinge all you want about population growth, all the rest of it. Wait until the population goes into decline.
It already is.
Well,
aside from immigration.
Immigration, it is.
The birth rate's down.
But we need to cut this idea that there's something uniquely special about someone born on this continent to white European ancestors that gives us some unique claim to this place. No, it doesn't. Go and do your own work.
Yeah. I'm going to die on this hill too, and you're welcome to clip this and post it all over X.
Please do, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. I would much rather flock to a country that incentivizes people to build success, and you're around like-minded people who want to cultivate a place where everyone is thriving and everyone's contributing and cultivate massive wealth like Dubai, then I will to sit here among all of these Australians who are fighting amongst themselves about whether we're progressive enough or more nationalist enough, and sitting there and trying to chop down everyone who tries to push themselves ahead. I do not value that in Australia at all.
Now, I think you'll agree with me, though, when I say my hope is to see Australia shake this off.
I would bloody love to.
Kick it and actually get on with being a fantastic country again.
But to the point, that's literally why I'm doing this podcast.
That is literally why we do what we do.
And just to fucking drive it home, I didn't say to Topher, let's do a political podcast. I could, to be honest, aside from the fact that we're in the shit, if we weren't, I wouldn't be doing this podcast.
You'd happily be doing your photography.
Like, I don't want to be an economist. I don't want to be a political commentator.
Yeah.
I am a average Joe Aussie, middle class, working small business owner that has had a gutful. That is my role on this podcast. I'm not here to be some fucking journalist. That you like that. That's fine. That's your role.
I'm going to correct you. I do not call myself a journalist. I am a commentator.
Okay.
There is an important distinction there. I am a commentator.
I'm an observationist. I'm someone who's enamored by culture. I'm in the arts industry. I do what I do because I am trying to shake that shit out of Australians, that mindset. Like, we must suffer and we've got to be here and it's so hard and I'm a battler. Shut up.
Yeah. And people say, oh, well, just leave then. Why do you, you don't care about Australia? No, the reason why we're speaking up is because we care.
We're trying to.
We're doing our best.
We're trying to do something.
In the same way as I spoke up during COVID, not in the expectation that I was actually going to save Victoria from Daniel Andrews. It was very clear that Victoria wanted it and they still do, right? I spoke up so that I would have a clear conscience when I left.
Yeah.
And guess what? I left.
Yeah.
I'm speaking up now in the hope, against all odds and against all of the evidence, that Australians might wake up and actually save themselves. Now, if that happens, wonderful, fantastic, happy days. I will gladly stay here because I love Australia. The whole reason I'm speaking up is because I love Australia. But mark my words, if things don't get better, I'm not going to condemn my kids to being stuck here.
Do you know what this feels like? Being a parent and being disappointed in your kids. I'm not a parent, but I imagine it feels a little bit like this. Like, you are doing your best to parent. You're doing your best to give people options and open their mind and talk to them. And then you get to a moment one day where you're like, well, they've got to fucking learn the hard way.
And the reason why you try and save them from themselves is because you love them.
Yes.
And that's exactly what's happening here.
And this is my thing. Like, I know I'm tough
Let
love.
me do that so it doesn't get spilled on your computer.
That's an expensive exercise. We'll do this. We've already talked about that. But, like, I think people misunderstand me at times. I do get very passionate, but I care too much. That's why I get so worked up.
Yeah, exactly.
I care too much to my own detriment. I think about things. I stay up at night. How can I say that better? How can I talk to that person better? To the most part, it's not worth it.
All right. So we talked about Australia enough. We're on the topic of this productivity summit. Shall we talk about a few specifics?
Hang on. I do have an article here. Where are we? We were jumping all over the NDIS. I was going to go into NDIS.
Well, okay. We can do that a bit more. Yep. I've sort of said my piece, but
I have numbers. Okay. Just so people know. I know we talk about it at times, but here's some numbers for you. So in Australia, 739,000 Australians are now on the NDIS. 11% of children aged 5 to 7 are participants. 16% of 6-year-old boys are on the scheme compared to 7% of girls. Autism and developmental delay are the most common diagnoses, particularly among boys. In the last 12 months, 80,000 people joined, with 26,500 entering in the last quarter. The NDIS cost $46.3 billion in the last financial year.
More than defence.
Cost grew by 10.8%, slightly under the forecasted at 12%. This made the program $520 million cheaper than expected, but when you cost $46.3 billion...
Yeah, that's not much.
That's short change. But it remains one of the federal budget's biggest pressures, bigger than defence.
Yep.
The government has set a goal to limit growth by 8% by mid-2026. But remember, the population's increasing.
Okay, sorry. Can we stop? Their plan is to limit growth by 8% over the next 12 months.
To 8%.
Yeah, sorry, to 8%. So we're already in mid-2025. They're trying to limit it to only an 8% increase in a single year. It's already unsustainable.
Yes.
And yet that's their ambition. Oh, hopefully it will only grow by another 8% per annum. 3-4 times the official inflation rate.
Who is the guy that Bill Shorten? This is Bill Shorten's little masterpiece?
I actually don't remember whose brainchild this was.
I'm pretty sure it was Bill Shorten. Feel free to correct me in the comments. It was never meant to be this. But this is the thing. It's like, what do you say? Perverse incentives.
Well, this is scope creep.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
But this is like, you've given people an inch, they will always take a mile. You make it easy enough, then people go, well, yeah. It's a bit like I've made the comment before about saying that you don't have to prove that you're Aboriginal. So everyone can be Aboriginal and get the same benefits.
You get more of what you incentivize. And people say, oh, but people are either disabled or they're not. Well, no, there are people at the margins. Is someone is high functioning autism a disability? Well, I would say no. But if you can get the autism diagnosis, then now you can get on the scheme and you get disability benefits and you can start getting taxpayer money for a scheme that was meant for people who were, non-verbal, low-functioning autism or in wheelchairs or with any one of a range of different genuine conditions that really harm your ability to work, to earn, to develop, etc. Yeah. That's who it was meant for.
You've just watched another short clip from the Oddcast, and if you'd like to see the full video, it is over at our dedicated channel. That is the Oddcast HQ on YouTube. We will see you there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and have a chat in the comments.